If you're an athlete that's trying to jump higher, there are two levers that you can pull on that are going to cause the biggest changes to your vertical. One is jump technique. If you improve your jump technique, you can literally add inches to your vertical in a few minutes. The second one is tendon pain. It doesn't matter how advanced your training is, how perfect your jump technique is. If you have pain, your brain is going to inhibit how much force you can apply into the ground. So by getting rid of knee pain, you will jump higher than any other training method out there. And in today's video, we are going to go in depth with one of our THP athletes, helping him with both things, his jump technique and building a plan for him to get rid of that tendon pain. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
Well, I guess like the first thing I should probably get out of the way is like tendon pain I've been having. I've been having like upper knee, like the quad tendon going into the upper knee. I've been having that pain pretty much since I started the program.
Okay.
Like I didn't have really any knee pain before that. And then I guess once I started the program, it must have been a lot quickly, and I tried to do like everything on it, and then it's been like trying to like recover ever since, pretty much.
I just looked at your cycle and you were on load management. So you were jumping twice a week. So it's possible that the, elastic volume is what kind of pissed it off. And, sometimes that happens, like it's a part of it. Isaiah and I have had the same exact thing happen numerous times. I've had quad tendon pain, had it really bad in 2016, and then had a little bit of a flare up here and there occasionally, but I definitely still get it. So the pain above the knee is quad tendon. It's superficial, right? Like you can poke it. It's not underneath the kneecap.
Yeah, I mean, I can like, I don't know, it doesn't
Like
really
it's
hurt
not deep. Like it probably doesn't hurt to touch, but it probably hurts like when you get to like a half squat or like if you're jumping, you feel it.
yeah, like when it gets really bad, it hurts to like I can feel it when I go upstairs and
Yeah.
when I go downstairs. And if I like go deep enough, it'll start to hurt.
Cool. So what we need to do is we need to we need to get the pain down and then we need to re-increase your capacity. All right. So this cycle probably was really intense. This one with the plyos, that's probably the thing that pissed it off the most. This week you're actually on close to what you need to be, but there's a few guidelines that we're going to end up going and changing. So one of the things that I would recommend doing is an isometric, but doing a reverse Nordic isometric. We're going to go here. And so your goal is to be about a 4 to 5, let's go. Yeah, 3 to 4 pain out of 10. So there's a couple different isometrics that work. One of them is a reverse Nordic. Another one that a lot of people like is a TKE. Do you know what a TKE is by chance?
No, I don't.
So let's just start. A couple other recommendations. You need to do this every 6 hours. So breakfast, night, or breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So 8, 2, and then 10 or 8, I'm sorry, 8, 2, 8. That will work really, really well. 4 sets, 45 seconds. The further you go down in a reverse Nordic, the more you're going to feel it, the more it increases the intensity. So just go down, lean back. You know what a reverse Nordic is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so just go back until you feel it, like a 2 or a 3. You can go up to a 3 or 4, but your pain should be coming down each set. So start with that this week. If that fixes it or like makes it quite a bit better, then we can, kind of progress and do some other things. But let me copy this each day. You're watching me cook, James. This is a
You're pretty
rarity.
fast.
Yeah, I do. I have to do this hundreds of times a week. So, and then if you were to do step drops off this 1 by 6, what pain level would you feel?
The depth drops aren't really that bad. I don't really feel any pain, to be honest.
What about a box jump?
Box jumps probably at like a 3-ish.
Okay, so we're gonna go to depth drop still. We're just gonna go higher. Where's my depth drop? Oh, it might be depth landing. Yeah, double leg depth landing. So 24 inches by 6, then we're gonna go 36 inches by 6, and you want to land in a quarter squat on these. So we'll start at 3 by 6 at 36 after the first set. You're gonna take the sprints out, and that'll pretty much be it. We're gonna keep it very, very basic. We're trying to get you to, so essentially to give you a little bit of a framework, this day is energy storage in the tendon because tendons store and release energy. They connect to muscles and bones, and that's kind of their responsibility. They can also augment force production. This is called heavy, slow resistance training. Okay. And then this is just going to be an isometric day. So in terms of tendon load, this is considered to be like a red day, like it's really intense. So jump days would also, this is a yellow day. This is a green day, just to give you an idea of how much load there is. Green is easy, red is hard, yellow is medium. So what we're going to do is we're going to cycle this. So we kind of go through and we call it a cycle because it's like a wheel, right? So we're red day, yellow day, green day, red day, green day. And so what that's going to do is it's going to allow the tendon to recover on those heavy, slow resistance training days and the isometric days. If it's not, and you're not bouncing back, then we need to take a step back. I think you'll be fine with this based on what you just said, because if drops aren't bothering you, then you're really not in a terrible place, honestly. The
Okay.
ISOs are kind of like recharging the battery. And the more you do this, the easier it's going to get to understand what you need to do. But sprinting is technically storage and release, which is also a red day. That's like the next progression, but we're going to wait until you can do drops first, and then we're going to build that back in. So once you do these drops at like 48 inches, then we're going to go back and we're going to do box jumps. And if you can handle the box jumps, then we'll build back in, and we can kind of build in some other progressions here while we're doing that, which is kind of fun. Donovan just said he cleaned Josh's bathroom for him. That was nice of him. Alrighty.
Real quick, guys, if you want us to help you with your jump technique, or if you're an athlete with tendon pain and you want us to use the THP principles to write a customized plan for you, you can go to thpstrength.com, use the code JUMP2025 to get $114 off of your first month. That's a 90% discount. You can transform your athletic career by spending just $12 in that first month. Hope you guys enjoy it. I'll see you on the other side. Now back to the video.
Other question for you. Are you jumping when you're not supposed to be, like playing volleyball or basketball?
No, I've been following it pretty well.
Because that'll piss off your tendons super, like very, very fast.
The most I really do, I work at like a tennis center. So when it's like really busy, like right now we're preparing for like a huge tournament, like the biggest we've ever, but I will be like walking pretty much, well, I'll be like on my feet pretty much every day for like 12 hours plus.
That doesn't help. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Yeah, like Monday through probably from August 10th to August 17th.
Okay, so
We'll just be like,
let's do our best to try to just manage the volumes for now, in the weight room, because you can't really not work, obviously. But just expect like that does have a cost. It's not like tendons just shut off. Anytime you walk, anytime you use your quad, you're using
right.
it. So you can't really not work. And so you're going to have to do that anyways. Hopefully your capacity is high enough where none of this stuff is going to impede on, your ability to do your job, or vice versa. Your job doesn't impede on your ability to train. If it does, we'll just regress the training and build it back up. But hopefully your load capacity is high enough to handle that walking. But definitely no tennis. And it sounds like you're a tennis player, or were. No tennis, no basketball, no jumping for now. You need to remove all of the elastic energy storage and release, because again, your tendons are a spring. They're like a tension spring. So when you pull on them, they stretch. When you load the quad, they stretch, and then they release energy. They don't stretch much, but they store a ton of energy for how much they stretch. Like you might only move the tendon, a third or of an inch or a half an inch, but it stores and releases a ton of energy under tension. And that is why you have pain when you jump, because it's a really high force activity. Same thing with sprinting, probably. So when you squat, does it bother your tendon right now?
If I were to squat right now, it'd probably be at like a 4.
Full squat, half squat, quarter squat?
Full squat, yeah.
Okay, so what weight could you get it at a 3? Like 135 body weight?
Probably 135.
Okay, so let's just do 4x6 at 135. This will be day 2. We're just going to start with that. We're going to go full squats here. Actually, we'll do half squats. So the reason why is because full squats add something called compression to the tendon. So when you do a full squat, basically the tendon is wrapping around the femur, and that adds compression. It's literally pushing and compressing the tendon, and that also adds load. So our goal is to get you pain-free in a half squat first, and then we can start adding in deep squats and things like that. The other thing that can sometimes piss off your tendon is hip thrusts, and that's because your quad is still doing knee extension. And in that position, I've just found that it can really kind of be irritable. So we're going to take out the hip thrust for now. So your training is going to parse down, but it'll help you get healthy very, very quickly. And that's ultimately what we want to do. You can't train hard if it's taking you the other direction. You're always going to have to manage this probably. Tendinopathy is like a diseased tendon. It is a pathology. And the goal is to get your tendon so strong and so functional and so healthy that your capacity is so high that the training does not take you the other direction down that continuum, because it's a continuum. So parts of your tendon, they say treat the donut, not the hole. Parts of your tendon might be necrotic or whatever else. It doesn't matter. Everyone has that. Isaiah has it. I have it. We still jump, in the 40s and in the 50s in his case. It's not a big deal. So don't panic. Your tendons are super strong, like I said. So your goal is to just get healthy in the healthy parts of the tendon and get the necrotic or painful parts of the tendon healthy. There's some limited research that says you can actually reverse it, but it's still kind of, there's not enough concrete evidence to confirm that is or isn't the case. But we definitely can get it healthy. So yeah, don't do anything outside of what is in the training. I cannot emphasize that enough. That is the biggest mistake people make. Do not stretch it. Do not do extra isos. Do not massage it. Don't do acupuncture. Don't get injections. Those are things that will take you the other direction. Definitively. That is very well documented in research, and it's documented anecdotally with thousands and thousands of athletes that I've worked with over the years. Do not do any of those things. Are you massaging the tendon right now?
No, I don't do any massaging. I did do like foam rolling for a minute there, but I was like, I don't think I should do that.
Yeah.
Because it felt kind of it like when I did it, it was kind of painful whenever I like foam rolled like the top of my leg or like the top of my
Yeah, you can
quad.
massage the muscle, but just avoid the tendon. So the
Okay.
tendon is like 2 inches above the kneecap. Just don't massage that part. Let me put one other thing in here. I'm going to do a walk just to add some more volume in here. You're getting creme de la creme. You're getting wine to dine here, James. This is what we do. All right. So this is just a 15-minute brisk walk. You can just do it on a treadmill, big arm swings. This will warm you up. Then you'll do dynamic flexibility. I'm actually going to switch this and this. We're really going to parse stuff out. So there's no extraneous variables. That's one of the biggest things with tendons. You don't want to add too much variety because variety can lead to problems. And that's not what we want. This out. This is elastic loading. Trying to take out any elastic loading. Make sure I don't miss anything here. So you'll do your walk, then you'll do dynamic flexibility, then you'll do your isos.
Huh.
All right. And then I would track your joint health every day, just in the knee pain, list out what it is. It does
Right.
help. You should be trending downward. So tendons respond 48 hours after loading, 24 to 48 hours. So you won't know if this is too intense until the following day. So pay attention to your next morning pain. Your next morning pain will tell you if the thing you did the day before was too intense. Sometimes it can take 2 days for pain to show up. So also keep that in mind. You're not really in a case where I'd worry about that too much. It's more so with jump sessions. So really pay attention to that next day pain score. Isaiah tracks his pain scores every day. So do I. Pain scores are one of the most important things in telling you where your tendon's health is at. If your pain's climbing up the next day too much and it's not coming back down before a red day, like going into a red day, you should be at a 1 or a 2. If you're coming into a red day at a 3 or a 4, something is wrong. We need to take a step back. Your tendon is not responding the way that it should be. And so
Yeah.
that's really important for long-term health. Half squat, this is good. This is good. Smith machine calf raise, that's good. Reverse Nordic, that's good. And let's go one. So we're going to jump up about 10 pounds each session on the slow squats. So warm up with like the bar and then just go to 135 and just go slow. So on a 4 count, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause for a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up. Right. So it should be paced down, very slow, paced back up, very slow. The faster you stretch it and the faster you go, the more like jumpy, jerky motions there are, the more tendinous the activity is. That's why plyos load the tendon a lot. That's why I don't put them a ton in the training. Like this past cycle, tons and tons and tons of tendon loading. It's probably why your
Yeah.
tendon is so pissed off. But this will
Yeah.
make it feel quite a bit better relatively quickly, I think. I would assume like you're in a little bit of a flare up. I would assume in like 2-3 weeks, you'll probably be fine and we can progress you back into something that you respond well to.
Okay.
I'm going to do this. While I'm doing this, do you have any other questions or things you want to go over?
Probably my jump technique.
Do you have a video of it?
Yeah, I can share my screen.
Yeah, let's do that.
You can also send it in the Zoom chat.
It's probably easier if you do that, but if
Oh,
you
okay.
have you been to the group calls, James?
I've been to like one, but every time I go, I'm
It's
like
full. Yeah, I know. I get it.
working.
Oh, shit.
I'm like in the middle. I'm like trying to like sneak a little.
Well, I'm
a
glad
little
you were
bit.
able to come on this chat. Are you subscribed to Donovan's Twitch?
I just saw the message in school.
You definitely should, because you can also ask questions there. And I'm usually
Yeah.
sitting in the living room and he just pops out and he's like, hey, blah, blah, blah has a question. And then I can field it. So that's another pro tip. That's a secret though. No one knows that.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't have the.
You can just share your screen. That's okay. Just play through it a couple times and I'll be able to tell you. All right. Play through it again. Just play it like 3 times, 4 times. Keep going. Couple more times. All right. I have a couple ideas of
Potential.
what, yeah. So your technique is actually pretty solid. You do a really good job of checking a lot of boxes. I want you to go to mid support of the penultimate step, if you know what that is. Yep. Stop. Go back. Go back. Go touchdown, actually. Okay. So right there, we'll go a couple more frames forward. Just right when your heel touches the ground. Right. One more. Right there. So see how straight your leg is here?
Oh, which leg? The
The right leg.
right leg? Yeah.
Yeah. So on that stride, it's really important. There's 2 super important things. One is being low and one is being fast. We've talked about this a lot. Your speed is actually okay. That step is like a bound. It is a low bound. It is a rolling bound. So on this stride, I need you to be lower in this position. If I were to pull up, just actually now go to mid support. So go to where your foot's in full contact with the ground. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Go to where your like heel's starting to come up. a little further, right there. So you're lowering pretty well through the stride actually, so that's good. Keep going. Now go to toe off, so right before your pushes off. So that's not bad. Now I want you to, so now you're what we call mid-flight of the penultimate step. So I want you to just go frame by frame until your plant foot hits the ground. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Yeah, you're doing actually pretty good here, honestly. All right, keep going to where your foot hits the ground. Okay, so you're actually you're doing a good job lowering through that stride, but by lowering during mid-flight of the penultimate step too much, what can happen is you have something called negative vertical velocity. Negative vertical velocity, because velocity is a vector quantity, it means you have a velocity that's downwards. You have a speed, or I guess truly a velocity moving downward. And so what happens is you generate momentum, and you have to overcome that momentum by using your muscles to generate force. Ideally, we do that mostly through the horizontal momentum and not the vertical velocity, or you do it through the horizontal velocity versus the vertical velocity. So what you want to try to do is be lower and roll through the plant of the penultimate step. Ideally, when you touch down, you're like 100 degrees of flexion. So 90 or I guess 90 at the knee. The better jumper you are, the lower you'll be coming into that stride and the more they accelerate off of it. So you're still accelerating really well off of it, but I would encourage you to try to get a little lower. When your plant foot hits the ground, if I were to view this from the side, I can kind of tell here, but your block foot is late. So the plant foot's the first one that comes down. The block foot is the second. The block foot's responsibility is to transfer all of the horizontal momentum vertically. It is the last contact with the ground. You will break on that first stride, but the faster you can get that stride down, the more horizontal momentum you'll be able to use because you will have less time braking on the plant foot. The more time the plant foot's in contact with the ground, the more horizontal momentum you're losing, and the less you're going to be able to use the block foot to transfer that horizontal momentum vertically. Okay. So you want to try to minimize the amount of time that your plant foot is in touchdown without the block foot hitting the ground. We actually tell guys, you almost want to think about it like a jump stop. Like a jump stop in basketball, both your feet hit at the same time, right?
Right. Yeah.
So while maintaining all of the positions, your plant foot needs to hit the ground almost in unison. The quicker it can come down, the better you're going to be able to take that horizontal momentum and use all the elastic energy in your legs and get vertical lift. Outside of that, so keep going to where the block foot hits the ground. Keep going, keep going. So that's really good. That's like perfect. Go back a little bit. Go back a couple frames. I just want to see if the plant foot's twisting. Yeah, it is a little bit. So try to minimize the amount of twisting that you have in that plant foot. There's something called internal rotation, and good internal rotation allows guys to transfer more of that energy vertically. You're leaking energy when you twist. And so you want to minimize that. So just try to keep that plant foot planted. Don't allow it to twist too much. If you have immobile hips, which do you have immobile hips?
I don't think I do.
Okay, so then you should be able to like get the footwork right. If you've ever watched Isaiah, his plant foot's like straight ahead and it doesn't twist. It doesn't move at all. And his block foot just sits right down on the ground. Now, some guys do twist, like Donovan and Connor Barth. They twist a lot. So do I. But you want to minimize that as much as possible. Some guys that are really strong, like side to side laterally, they get away with it. But it's much easier to generate force, what we call in the sagittal plane, which is like straight ahead. And so when you twist, you're then forcing your leg to use different muscles. It turns more into a hip dominant movement. You start to lose energy in the quads and you can't push up as aggressively as you possibly can. That would probably be the last thing. So the big ones, just to reiterate, you need to be lower when your plant foot or your penultimate step hits the ground. You need to maintain that low position. Keep doing everything you're doing. Keep accelerating off of it like you are. You're doing a good job jumping off the penultimate stride, which is always what we want to see. And the second thing is we want you to minimize twisting when the plant foot hits the ground as your block foot comes around. And three, we want your block foot to strike the ground very, very quickly, almost in unison with the plant foot so that you can convert all that energy vertically and have a really aggressive block foot into the ground. Some people will say they try to almost like slam their block foot on the ball of their foot through the ground. That's what, Connor Barth had told me that years ago, and it actually helped a lot whenever we were working with him and coaching him. So that's those are the big cues there. This is something that we'll get back into when you get back to doing approach jumps. You're probably 3 weeks out from doing that, but we want to get you healthy enough to where you can really start to work on it. You can also do footwork drills around the house. Those are probably one of the best and easiest ways to get your technique better without any real loading on your leg. I'd probably wait to do that for a week or two just to make sure your quad's in good shape, but that is something you're going to want to start to do.
Is there like footwork videos on your channel?
Yeah, let me see. Isaiah, which video is that?
Look up 1 and 2 foot jump technique on my channel.
Okay.
I'll look for it
I'll look
too.
it up right now. Oh yeah, this is the video. It's 444K Okay, Isaiah, that's a banger. We went off.
Wait, really?
Yeah, $500,000, bro.
The hell?
I know you thought those
I
videos
remember
were
it did
trash at the
really
time.
bad. It did really bad at first.
I know, but now it's getting views. So I just sent that in the chat. Did you see that, James? So yeah, that is a really, really good resource. Outside of that, that's pretty much all the stuff I wanted to go over. Do you have any other questions or other things that you were wondering?
So I stretch pretty much every night just before bed. I haven't really been stretching my quads or anything, mainly just hamstrings and like child's pose.
So I would
like
do
kind of like stretching my back and
the only ones that I would
hips.
recommend you do are hip stretches. Those are the only ones I would really recommend you do. So specifically pigeon stretch, I think is really good. And then a hurdle stretch. So I can show you those real quick before we get going.
Okay.
So this is the stretch I would recommend you do. He's pretty bad at it, but see how this leg is down in
Yeah.
internal rotation? This is really, really good for hip mobility. And then this will also work on the hamstring. So do that one and then this one.
Yeah, I do the pigeon stretch a lot. I like
This
that
one's good
stretch.
too. Yeah, this one's good too. I would say your bigger issue is probably internal rotation. So I'd work on that hurdle. If it's pinching though, then you need to be careful. Pinching is bad. You don't want pinching in the hips. So try to avoid that at all costs.
Okay, cool.
Outside of that, we are out of time, James.
All right, I appreciate y'all.
Yep. See you, James. Have a good one, brother.
Thank you.
Easy.
Bye.